Hi guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Friendsim 2. Last we left off, we had started off on our revolution rounds. So, let's just get right into this, but first, as always, I should get into the content warnings. Obviously there is content warnings for violence, death, discussions of imperialism, colonialism, language, and suggestive themes, and specifically in the Isles of the Dark Lotus Eater, there's an existential identity crisis, unreality, discussions of state institutionalized violence, sexually suggestive language and situations, and roundhouse action sequence. Additionally, if we manage to get to the technical heart, which there is sexually suggestive content, depiction and discussion of death and blood and unreality. Now, let's get right into this, shall we? We just made it off to the church, and we're hoping to get some answers. What is she doing?
Who are you? How did you find this place?
Well, see, you found this pamphlet and suddenly just kind of knew where it was. You had help, though. Marvis gave you some kind of soda. The troll is looking at you through narrowed eyes, her gaze even and cool. Did you say something wrong?
No, you most certainly did not. My brother's involvement in this is unexpected. I thought he was done with that.
Done with what? She just kind of ignores you and continues.
My name is Aknai. I bid you welcome to our sanctuary, though it is unusual to see someone like yourself here.
Oh yeah, she means your freakish mutant appearance, right? Aknai nods.
Indeed. To answer your earlier question, I was preaching, although my audience has been diminished as of late.
What was the button to hide the...
Self-voicing disabled.
I'm trying to remember the button to hide the thing. Give me a second. I want to actually see her outfits. Key... Darn it. Oh, that F is full screen. That's cool. I don't like full screen because I can't see my mouse. What was the button to hide the thing? Oh, I guess it... Normally there's a button. Did they... What is the help... What is the... command? There's no... Oh, keyboard. Okay, H just hides the interface. Okay.
Coincidence is often a mask for deeper truth. But you are right. Our brothers, sisters, and other fellows have all gone away.
The what I said was, yeah, that's not the same. That's basically only here. You only see like 3 people so far. Fortunately, 2 of them were friends of yours. Huh. Guess H doesn't work. Weird. You're looking for a troll named Cahoot? Aka's face remains impassive, but you see something float behind her eyes.
She did not show up this morning to read with me. She is not in her caravan. This is unusual.
Wait, is Cahoot someone she knows well? See, you're friends with Cahoot.
I am her mate Sprit. Also, it is odd that she never mentioned someone like you.
Ouch, okay, that hurts your friend feelings a little bit, but you'll be okay. More importantly, does she have any idea where Cahoot went?
I suspect her disappearance is connected to what happened to the others. Sadly, I do not have additional insight for you. I would suggest you make your inquiries elsewhere.
Okay, cool. You know when you're not wanted sometimes, so just look around once more. Of course, the main problem is that you have no idea where you're supposed to look or what you're even supposed to be looking for. Maybe you need to talk to Marvis again. It's honestly so empty here. You know the high bloods aren't as common in a disturbingly genetic theme line of inquiry you don't want to even think about right now, but there should be a dozen of them here, especially if younger trolls like Cahoot are included. Okay, Marvis isn't here. That's not a good sign. You haven't been able to find Cartwright either. You spend half an hour wandering the grounds, but you can't seem to find anyone else. And Kia is still there in the church, but you can't find Karkarat, Marvis, or any of the other Purple Bloods. Finally, you find yourself outside the Helter Skelter again. outside the tower. You feel like there's something very important about this place, and you need to figure out what's going on. You need to find Marvis again, and you need to get him to give you some straight answer. This is feeling more and more like one of those times you need to go around poking into everyone's stuff until answers reveal themselves. Or in other words, it's time to snoop. The Elder Skeleton looms above you, crowned by the burning visage of the purple sun. Deep inside, you feel something come loose, like someone just pulled out the last strut that was keeping your mind propped up. It's hard to look away, the same way it's hard to look away when you saw the green sun. Of course, this is completely different from that experience, you're pretty sure at least. The door to the Elder Skeleton remains frustratingly locked. You get the feeling this is going to be extremely important later. Take a sip. Now that you get your chance to acclimate a little bit to how things really are here, it's hard not to see the way that the tower just juts out from above the carousel, twisting up into the sky in a way that just feels almost impossible. It becomes a part of the Helter Skelter, which you can kind of see if you look very carefully. The tower line goes, like, doesn't connect with the bottom of this. The music that plays in the carousel is disoriented, discordant tune, sounding almost like the shrieking of tortured souls. It echoes through the air, sending shivers down your spine. Even though the sweet taste of the fragrance can't erase the feelings of unease that settle over you, it's as if the darkness of the purple sun has seeped into the very bones of the carousel. I gotta take a sip. So, there's nothing of note here. Dreamer Circus. I think we have to go to the Dreamlit Caravel. Now that you're starting to get used to what a caravel looks like, and a miss, blah blah blah, probably wouldn't hurt to play just one game. After all, what's one game? Maybe you could win a valuable prize. You think that there's a limited edition Bubsy the Bobcat plush up there. This reminds me of some of the games in the this game's also in the, at least the sound's also in the dating sim as well, which is pretty interesting that this game and the game that you can play with the other games also plays later. Thus, what a rip-off. But yeah, okay, take clarity of the sip. Don't say kick around. Be trying not to panic, but there's a thing on the ground that definitely wasn't here before. You try and pick up the card. Weird, you can't read what's written on it at all. Evidence. Clown fire shirt. Well, let's go to Marvis's caravan. Yeah, Marvis is nowhere to be seen, but that's okay. Let's see, main field. Trying to remember where I have to go to after this rundown caravan. Just walk by, you can't notice that most of them completely empty. Something hits you. Yeah. Given the blood around the door, you have a feeling the caravan might belong to Kuhu. It doesn't look like she's anyone's home, though. Kind of want to check inside to see if there's any clue where she's gone, but something tells you it wouldn't have been a great idea, and you've already kind of run your bad idea tab up a little bit high already. Where do I have to go after this? Beauty, Tanya. Yeah, we already talked about this before. Tickets. Clown Church. Staying in the clown section, you feel a little tingly. It's like you're staying in a deeply unfamiliar place. Come to think of it, you're not sure you've been in a regular church or Sangatone or mosque or whatever stuff the Mormons have going on. Perhaps it's pretty similar to Coot's church back on the Tyranny. In fact, I'm pretty sure the layout is almost identical. There's probably no reason for that, but the current sample size is 2, so you're not really sure in place to why. Never got to introduce yourself properly. See, you're kind of a pan-dimensional being, probably at least anomaly from Earth. That's a planet that's kind of like Eternia, but actually not in any way like Eternia. Also, you're from another dimension. Does she want to be your friend? Still got it.
I must decline. I'm trying not to worry about my mate sprit.
Why doesn't you just go look for Kahoot?
You do not understand. This place is remarkably inconstant. Just look around at how it swirls and roils under the light of the Fago haze. Or how it rots beneath us when the haze wears off.
How long has she been here for?
Since the last Jubilee. About a sweep now, I believe. I came in with the last group, along with Chahut and Marvis.
You're still a little bit confused about that. Why don't the Purple Bloods go off-world at 10 sweeps like everyone else? When you met Kahoot, she seemed pretty sure she was going off-world.
She likely had a sense that our time was coming. That the call would go out and any of us the Empire considers of age would be taken.
Even Carcrow? She's like 5 sweets old or something.
Some of us are expected to grow older sooner than others. This has been the way here in the Empire for quite some time now.
She cares a lot about Kahoot, doesn't she?
Obviously. She is my mate sprit.
Given how much IKEA has to say about basically everything else, this is surprisingly a turned answer.
I have no desire to showcase my feelings for the entertainment of a stranger.
Ouch. Okay, that one hurt a little bit.
I do not care. But yes, I care deeply about Chahut. Do not mistake my assurance of her safety for apathy or a lack of concern.
So, what does she think about Marvis?
That is a complex question. I'm unsure that you have the time for the full answer.
You're willing to accept the short version. You hate to admit, but Marvis is one of your friends you know the least well.
I suspect that is, at least in part, by his own design. Marvis values his secrets, for good or for bad. Not to imply that I believe he is malicious.
But something in her body language bristles while she talks about him.
Do not misunderstand. My discomfort is largely a personal one. Marvis was at odds with my mate sprit over some theological questions. The specifics are esoteric, but the basic point of the disagreement has to do with Glibgalib's exact nature, or rather, its potential for malice.
Oh, that sounds complicated. Does that mean Kahoot and Marvis aren't getting along? Aki laughs.
Oh, you wiggler. If our beliefs were so paper-thin as to disallow such a disagreement, they would have never survived the rain for a sweep, much less 1,000 of them.
So she has no idea where the others went. Aki looks you up and down slowly, and she's trying to decide whether or not to trust you with this information.
I have my theories, little one. Sadly, this is all they are at the present.
Is she willing to share any of those theories with you?
I would prefer not to. There are things here that watch, listen, speak.
You glance around nervously and feel that the temperature has dropped noticeably. Is she worried about Kahoot specifically?
I am confident that my mate sprit has the ability to take care of herself. She is well known for that capacity.
Nice, blood? Aki seems to be deciding how sincere this comment was.
I take it you do not understand the significance.
You shake your head.
The blood that flows through all of us. The sacred substance that binds us and divides us all the same. Having our blood splattered here on equal display. That is a mark of the most divine truth of them all. That deep down, we are all essentially the same. Differing only by a few trace minerals in our blood.
Well, you wonder if people whose blood it actually is might have something to different say about that. Aki actually laughs at you.
Where do you think our blood comes from?
Interesting. She said our blood, and the text is the blood comes from.
Did you not arise from the very belly of this place? From the guts that churn out every divine substance?
You're very interested in the clown religion. You gonna be straight with her. You've gotten a lot of contradictory and often confusing information about it, but it still fascinates you.
Perhaps I could educate you further when the situation is more amenable. It is possible for an outsider to be part of our community, although it entails a willingness to learn and a fair deal of commitment.
You're not sure you want to do all that, but you appreciate the offer the same. Aki smiles at you and shrugs.
We are all the children of the mirthful messiahs. It would be a sin to turn away a child for their lack of knowledge.
Interesting. You're not really sure what the abstract patterns in the stained glass are supposed to be, if anything. You get some eye vibes from them along with some planets, maybe? Whatever the case, they're really pretty. The seating here is pretty basic, just a bunch of simple wooden chairs setting up facing the altar. Looks like they could easily be moved around. You wonder if they do, like, weddings here. What would a troll wedding look like anyways? Wish the whole Galore hate wedding hadn't devolved into a murder, or you guess not murder, mystery. You were actually looking forward to seeing what goes on with that. The altar is covered with a splattering of blood and features a prominent skull. You have a skull after all. Above all, there's a large painting of a troll who's definitely recognized. The Grand High Blood. You wonder if he's still kicking around somewhere. Is there anything else I can click on? Oh, okay. Circus tents. Circus tents. Loneliness. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything here. I mean, I guess I actually just take a sip just to see. Carousel, take a sip. Main field, take a sip. Iris's caravan. Down fields. Guess I just gotta click. Basically, dizzy, mixed bag, parent thing. Just click all these. Visual representations. Very cool looking. Marvis is, you can't see any signs of Marvis. Okay, shouldn't mess with this stuff. Collections, Friendsim fine, hat person. Looks like you can mess with the lights. Ooh. Light suggests you can barely make out something hidden behind a piece of loose glass in the mirror. Carefully pry a piece of loose and retrieve the card from underneath. Wait, it looks like a small business card or something, but you can't read the text on here at all. You stare down at the twin cards in your hand, trying to decipher exactly what the garbled writing means. The closer you look, the more your head hurts. Suddenly, the two cards seem to kind of phase into each other. Probably not super normal behavior for physical objects to do that, but you're far past caring about what's normal here. Still can't make heads or tail of the writing, but somehow you get the idea of the sense it means. And addressed in a place with no street sign, a nary trace of the comforting sight of your beloved postal car or surface boxes. You know where to go. You must say, just a little past the caravans and into the wilderness. Your head is aching from Prego withdrawal, you guess. Consider taking another swing, but somehow you think it's important to be stone cold sober for this one. It feels weird to think of this as walking out into the wilderness, but it's the word that sticks into your minds. As soon as you see the mansion clawing its way over the crest of the hill, you stop inside your tracks. Your mind goes to two places at once, back to another time you were hanging out with Purple Bloods in a decrepit mansion, and to another mansion you've been in much more recently. Honk! You didn't even notice Karkar rock up next to you. Where had you been? She glances up to the mansion over the hill. On the other side, you hear a twig snap and quickly turn to see Marvis standing there, leaning against his cane. Does he happen to know more about this incredibly creepy, probably supernatural mansion? Marvis winks at and takes a step forward, holding his cane up to the point of the mansion.
Buddy, this is the second wrongest place to ever fucking exist. Second only to the OG.
The OG?
Place this place was based on. The motherfucking shadow that falls over all of us. Best we be heading inside now.
Doesn't seem safe.
Ain't safe. No place is.
Honk. You notice that Carker has just been standing here, staring at the mansion while Marvis was talking. She looks... You don't think frightened is the word for it? More like concerned? Karkaron nods and signs something that that pretty agrees with your assessment, but she's going to go inside all the same, isn't she? Honk. There's no hesitation in her. Karkaron steps forward on the path and is walking toward the mansion. And now you're alone, standing in the shadow. Taking a deep breath, steadying yourself, you walk into the path. The cold seeps into your bones as soon as you step across the floor, creeping into your very bones. There's something deeply familiar about this hallway. Something deeply unsettling. Behind you, the door slams into place, and you run over to check it, but there's no way the door is budging. Turning back into the hallway, you look down and everything swarms around in your head. The hallway extends and stretches up above you, tapering into the utter blackness of the deep void. You call down the hall, hoping that Marvis and Kerker haven't gone too far out yet. Is anyone there?
Oh, shit! Is that who I think it is?
I don't know. Why would they be here?
Who cares? If they're here to play with us again, what does it matter?
Because it's probably just another trick.
You're not even surprised when they appear in front of you. The gang's almost all here after all.
We're not a gang.
Just the two of us. Just like before.
But they must have seen Marvis and Karkar come in, right? It was just a minute ago.
Oh, we haven't seen them in a long time.
Just Jahat. She's in the library.
She never wants to play with us, though. Just obsessing over her books.
At least it's pretty here.
We don't like it. It's cold all the time.
So this is gonna sound weird, but you kinda need to get everyone together and talk about some stuff.
Oh, we love talking about stuff. One of our favorite things to do.
We're happy to hear you out, if you want.
But we don't know where anyone else is.
Like we said.
That's rough, buddies.
It can't be helped.
The twins disappear into the depths of the mansion, like they're just kind of gone all of a sudden. Why can't you just have a normal time with them? I guess to the library first. The Frago dreamscape in the library seems impossibly long and slightly intangible. The center of the room is dominated by a strangely shaped pool of liquid. The sky is open up into unfamiliar stars, which I'm kind of looking at. 2 cycles, 5 cycles. Amida's kind of bit knocked down. Know about you. 2 cycles, 3 cycles. So nothing's been updated. Just curious. Yeah, besides for the Frago dreamscape, the library seems impossibly long and slightly intangible. The center of the room is dominated by a strangely shaped pool of liquid, and the sky above opens up to unfamiliar stars. Books line the shelves in neat rows, but most of them seem to be missing titles. Behind you, someone stirs.
Child, you're far from home.
Yes, I am. You turn around and grin at your... Hey, long time no see. She might not remember you.
Well, I remember. You appeared before me as a supplicant, a seeker of righteous knowledge for our messiahs.
Hey, she doesn't remember. That's great. She's not, like, mad at you or anything, is she? Your track record with your old friends has been kind of mixed so far. Kahoot laughs.
My sweet child, if I were mad at you, you would already be dead.
Kahoot stretches her full height, grins at you, and walks over to lean up against one of the shelves. She seems to be checking in some books. So, what's she doing here?
Contemplating the ever-shifting mysteries that our glorious messiahs have put before me. Giving thanks for the night that brought me to this twilight repository, of our people's fragmented knowledge.
She's stuck here, isn't she?
Yes, child. I am stuck. The merfolk ones have failed to illuminate a path forward, though they've provided sustenance for nights now. So I pore over these holy texts and slowly lose my faith in that grand plan.
Maybe you can help somehow? You're at least occasionally good at that.
My once aspirant sibling? You're really fucking not.
Oh, sorry.
We weren't made to be equals in ability, child. It's not the way of things. Deep in your pusher, you know you have a role to play too.
So, you talked to her mate Bryce? You talked to Aki before you came here. She seems pretty confident that Ku will be okay.
That's my girl. She trusts me as much as I trust her.
Which is a lot?
Yes, child. Obviously. I've seen wigglers fail less at context clues. Does she have plans to come after me?
You don't think that she does. You're pretty sure Aki doesn't even know exactly how to get here.
That makes sense. This is a cursed place. I don't feel the light of the merfolk ones here. Only a shadow copy of it. As if someone was trying to conceal something from me.
Which honestly does make sense. Kurt looks around the library and frowns deeply.
If only my girl Amicia were here, she'd know what to do.
So about that, you talked to Amnesia actually, not that long ago, back on Eternia.
Oh? And how is the little Terra doing?
Actually it's a he now.
Oh.
Kurt stops a minute as see if she's processing this.
Well, my little brother is doing well. I wish you were here. Motherfucker always inspired me.
You think he's doing okay? You think he's planning to fight a one-troll battle against the Empire? Last you saw, he had a bunch of weapons and a very crazy look in his eyes.
Oh, I know the look well, child. Ready to wage a motherfucking war for what he believes in. He would have made a truly righteous member of the church.
Refuses to expand on her utter lack of surprise, but you just guess when you've been exposed to enough weird stuff, it all just kind of blends together. So, holy text? You mentioned the holy text of some kind?
Yes. What do you think this library was for, child?
You shrug. You really hadn't thought about it too much.
Clearly. There's knowledge here, little one. So much knowledge. Sadly, incomplete knowledge right now.
What knowledge does she mean exactly? What's she missing?
Child, your mind couldn't fully understand. Knowledge of our people's history, of the story of our oppression, the nature of Glib itself. As to what's missing, there are several key volumes I need. Look for them everywhere, but they are elusive motherfuckers.
It's about the missing books. Why can't she find the books? Is it some normal reason or one of those vaguely supernatural reasons you're becoming all too familiar with?
I can't leave this motherfucking room.
You look around for your way you came in, about to point out, but it looks like it isn't there. Got no idea how you got here, but you seem to be able to move freely inside the mansion, at least. Maybe you could help her find the books. Kahoot looks you up and down slowly. Not a hard feat, considering you're like a third of her height.
Perhaps. Your short stature and tiny arms will allow you to search every crevice of this place.
Is she messing with you?
I would never mock the gifts the Messiah saw fit to grant you.
So...
Yes, little one. That would be appreciated. 7 of the books are gone from my sight. Become my righteous hierophant and bring them to me.
So, has she talked to any of the others? You ran into the Solaces earlier, and they mentioned Coot specifically. At least you've seen them, right?
I saw them. But they seemed disinterested in partaking in the joys of study.
Coot is gritting her teeth. You can't help but wonder if maybe she's feeling frustrated by what's happening here.
Normally, I would be overjoyed. The opportunity to peruse the holy text of my ancestors. But now I feel like I'm trapped in a motherfucking maze. The books offer no salvation.
She hasn't spoken to Marvis or anyone else?
No, child. I know you're a bit soft in the pan, but I feel like I just explained this.
She sighs heavily.
A pity. In other circumstances, this would bring me such joy.
You think Marvis has a plan. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you think Marvis is planning something. He keeps things pretty close to his massive chest, though.
Of course he has a plan.
Kat wears her eyes. You're sensing that this is our subject.
It doesn't concern you. You need not worry about it. Brother Marvis and I had some disagreements recently.
Strikes you as an unnecessarily formality to call him that. Again, probably reinforcing the whole they're not getting along thing. Kind of disagreements.
It's complicated, child. I doubt you have the head for it.
She should try you. You have a remarkable ability to hold absolutely ridiculous amounts of trivial things inside your head. Code seems to consider this for a minute before she nods thoughtfully.
Perhaps. What do you know about the nature of the being who made this place?
Does she mean glib glib glib? Code nods.
A singular projection of an unimaginably vast whole. Marvis believes that we can speak to it directly.
And she disagrees with that?
No more than you could commune with the scuttlebug, little one. But the texts of the Mirthful One speak to the true nature of this being. I've seen glimpses of it, but not the whole. If I had the missing text...
She sighs and shrugs.
It's nothing, little one. Not your concern.
Well, I will help you. Take a small sip of clarity returning. The odor of mildew and rot permeates your nostrils, reminding you vaguely of the smell of abandoned mall you visited drier once. The books on the shelves range from conditions from somewhat water damage to absolutely unsalvageable, heaps into decaying shelves piled into the moldering carpets.
If it isn't the being of the owl themselves.
Oh crap, you didn't see Marvis before. Had he had a chance to talk to any of the others?
No, haven't been able to find a way out of the library.
You look around the room and, you're not actually sure how you managed to get in?
Shit, you ain't playing by the same rules as us. It's all good. Got a lot to fucking read.
Marvis laughs and walks over to one of the shelves, stumbling through some of the books. You do have a thing from Trixie. Managed to take another 30% at least. Is there any interesting books that stand out? Doesn't look well. Talk to Cahoots.
How's the most righteous sister doing?
Well, she said that Marvis and her had disagreement over something.
She thinks the mirthful ones passed down the real shit about Glib Glib. Answers to our problems. She doesn't think we can talk to the tentacle. Thinks it's a waste of our time.
You think there's maybe more to it?
She wants to send the motherfucking thing home. To banish it back to the void.
Isn't that a good thing?
Imagine God was sitting in your living room. Would you tell the motherfucker to go back where it came from?
You're not sure I have an answer to that. You get the sense that the horror terrors have a pretty alien way of thinking, and maybe Kahoot is right? Marvis scoffs.
Nah, that ain't it. Besides, how are we even supposed to know if we don't try?
So, has he seen any holy texts? You're talking to Koo, and she mentioned something about needing to find some old books.
I see she got a similar plan to mine.
Well, you're not sure about that, but a similar approach at least, maybe?
Well, just so happens I got one of the holy texts here. Had a feeling someone would be needing this.
Marvis walks to a nearby table and grabs a book. The cover appears to be an old Atarian, which for some reason seems to be well within your ability to understand. The maze?
A story about a troll trapped in a maze of the motherfucking mind.
Sounds ominous and maybe appropriate given your current circumstances. Marvis grins at you.
Sounds about right, buddy.
Has he talked to the others?
Not since we got here. Doesn't help to be fucking trapped.
Seems like the Solaces are able to move around the mansion at least a little bit. You saw them in the entry hall, and they're been able to find Cahoots.
Not a surprise. Those two always been different to the rest of us. Got something in common with you, I suspect.
Well, in that, you're apparently able to move freely in this place too. You guess he's right.
You see the others? Tell them I got a plan.
What is he planning exactly? You're hearing a lot about his plans, but you have to ask, what exactly is he planning? Because so far it seems like it's mostly based on vibes and not actual concrete information.
Oh, ye of little faith. Ain't gonna let me go with this, are ya, buddy?
No, you really like an explanation, and you feel like you're pretty far into this already, and you're sick of stumbling blindly through it.
We're gonna make first contact. Gonna take that shit up to the highest motherfucking power there is around here.
The tentacle? Not gonna lie, that sounds like an absolutely insane plan.
Buddy, that tentacle's a link right into the mind of Glib Glib. Been ruminating on these holy books. Think we got a chance to talk our way into an understanding.
You think that the tentacle is sentient?
Nah, buddy. Not the tentacle, but the thing attached to it. Got a mind like you or me. Well, that might be a motherfucking oversimplification, but you know.
I just imagine that one meme of just the one dude just moving his hands back and forth like, yeah, no. Okay, yeah, I'm not totally convinced that this plan is a good one, but it does feel like a plan. Can't be worse than simply sitting around waiting for stuff to just happen. So what is this place, do you know? He said that this is the second wrongest place to ever exist and that that's got you a little bit more nervous.
It should frighten the shit out of you, buddy. Meant every word.
But what even is this? It doesn't feel like it belongs here, not even by the logic of a dream carnival.
Cause it don't belong here, obviously. Know how to figure that shit out. As to the precise story, I don't know everything. But this house is all haunted, buddy. And I ain't talking about ghosts. Don't forget it.
So how much does he know?
You sure you want to answer that, buddy? It's a motherfucking sad story.
You feel like you've been through enough crap to deserve some answers.
Shit. MSPAR. You ain't wrong about that. Been through a mountain of pain to get here.
So is he planning to give you even a single straight answer?
What I know? This place is a prison. Not just for us, but for the source of the dream, too.
The piece of glib 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 beans? Marvis nods, looking thoughtful.
Been piecing it together. Reading the histories that are here in this rotting shit pile of a library. The Horror Terror's got a long history with our people, thanks to the HBIC herself.
The content sentence? Again, Marvis nods.
One for her bullshit, we be on the same foot as anyone else. Don't know the whole story. But I know she was the one who chained our people to those things. Worse than that, fixed her own lineage in irons for a taste of power. Daughter after daughter, each of them bound by the same blood.
He's talking about the system of the heiresses. Marvis places a hand on your shoulder and smiles. There's something deeply sad behind it.
The very motherfucking same, buddy. Their history and ours, we've been tied together for thousands of sweeps.
Does he know any more about Glib Glib Glib? The lessons on the history of the purples and the futures and the horror terrors are interesting, but you're so confused about Glib 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 specifically. What is it? Why that one specific being?
The unlucky one. The one that the con desk claimed as her lucis for countless generations. What a sick fucking joke. But it ain't that thing's fault, buddy.
But it's helping to keep them all trapped here, using the dreamscape to keep them from taking over Splinter or whatever?
Nah. The dream is just how that thing tries to talk. Can't exactly hop on our DMs.
That seems like a fair point, but you can't exactly help but think he's making a lot of assumptions about exactly what's going on.
But I'm working on it. Why you think I want to be here to begin with?
Fair. So, Twilight Hallway. Book. Got a book. Take a sip. Book. And to the red room. Under the influence of the Frago, the bedroom looks richly appointed, but everything is proportioned and angled all the wrong way. Is that lamp sideways?
We've tried everything, but nothing works. What we're saying is we're fucking stuck! It's not funny. But what else can we do right now?
Wait, wasn't Brazil the loud and excited one before? Oh right, that was the thing.
If you find a way out, you have to tell us.
Book. Like familiar, that was in there before. Grab the book. Talk. So, talk to Marvin.
Is he here in the mansion?
Yeah, he's actually in the library, but like the library in the real world, not the dream world. Is that making sense?
Nah. Yes, it makes sense. This place doesn't follow the same rules as the rest of the carnival.
Well, in any case, Marvis has some theories about communing with Glib 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 and trying to, not sure, work something out.
Work something out? That's so fucking stupid! We're not sure that this is the kind of thing that can be worked out, is what we mean. Seriously, this is the best fucking joke I've ever heard!
You think it's a good idea? You think it's actually a really good idea?
Of course you do. Because you're stupid too. That's what we mean. Anyway, we don't agree with what Marvis is doing. Even if he's older, that doesn't make him smarter.
So, you talked to...
She's still giving a shit about not studying more?
Actually, yeah, I guess she is. She's mostly trying not to be super happy with that, but also mostly preoccupied with figuring out what to do.
She probably loves being here with all these old books and stuff.
You feel like it's kind of complicated. The whole being trapped thing seems to put a damper on the enjoyment she's getting out of this.
Well, maybe she should have thought of that before getting trapped.
Aren't they trapped here too?
Obviously.
We're all trapped here.
So, have they seen anyone else?
Just Chahat.
She's so fucking boring right now. Usually she's more fun.
Right now, she seems focused on trying to figure something out in the library.
Not like she's got any other choice.
Creepy but good laugh.
Yeah, she's stuck in there.
So they haven't seen Karker or Marvis? The twins glance at each other and shake their heads.
Nope, not them either.
I just love their connected of their scarf. It just looks really cool. You're getting the sense that here in the mansion, the dreamscape and the real carnival world are even more separated than an out carnival.
We don't know shit about that.
So how long have they been stuck here?
For fucking ever.
We came in here a few cycles ago. The mansion just kind of appeared.
Is that a normal thing for things just to appear out of nowhere? The twin shrugs and Spizio chuck crackles.
Happens sometimes. Weird shit just kind of happens to us.
We figured it was just the same as the carnival. All smoke and mirrors.
And we fucking love smoke and mirrors.
Did Goo come in here looking for them then?
We think she probably did, but she's stuck in here, just like us.
Ha! She's silly. She thinks she can either kill or study her way out of everything.
It's not working, anyway. She's trapped in the library.
Wait a second, how can they move between the rooms so freely?
We don't fucking know.
Maybe because this is like the mansion we were trapped in that one time.
They remember that?
Yeah, no shit. Stuck in a stupid fucking mansion with a stupid fucking alien.
Really? That stupid alien being.
Yeah, that was what we were implying.
Great. So, are they part of the clone church?
We don't know. Are you?
Are you pretty sure you're not?
It's not a simple answer, is what we mean.
Okay, because that's all what Brazil said, like, not even a little bit.
We don't owe you an explanation.
We were born into the church in the same way any purple is.
But we don't, go to church. That's stupid.
We don't really think about it much, we guess.
You think that's fine? You're not sure how you feel about all the clown stuff either. Mostly just confuses you.
Have you considered that that's because you're kind of an idiot?
Aww. Hey. Imagine. Are they gonna call me flawless? Who knows? It's all open secrets. So what do they think about Glub Glub?
What do you mean by that? That's such a vague thing to ask.
Are you always like this?
Yeah, you kinda are. You're just wondering. You seem to be hearing a lot of contradictory things about Glub Glub, not just here, but all over the place. It's like an eldritch being from beyond the stars, but it's also fresh freeze lucis, each trolls maybe. You're never super clear on exactly what's always going on with that. Fast Glub, is it ringing any sort of bells for them?
We don't know much about Glib Glib, but we do know that the tentacle whispers to us sometimes.
Who the fuck is Pfeffery?
Okay, some of this feels like important new information. What does it tell them?
It's hard to understand, and it gets louder if we get closer to the tower in the center of the carnival.
That was sculpted by the Dream Carousel? Yeah, you got that sense it was important with the giant glowing purple sun and all. Speaking of that, what's that about?
We don't fucking know.
There's a lot around here that doesn't make sense to us. You assume we just know everything about every mysterious thing?
You prefer not to answer that question on the grounds that it might look like kind of like an insensitive jerk. So you're looking for...
Sounds fucking boring!
Have you tried checking the library?
Well, yeah, the thing is you're looking for some specific books for Cruz, and she can't leave the library, so...
Yeah. We get it.
We're not wigglers anymore. We know how things work.
So have they happened to see any ancient holy text around?
As a matter of fact...
Rezu hands you a tome bound in what You really hope it's leather. It has a title written on its tearing that reads the pillars.
We can't even read this book.
You guess that makes sense. You guess all the Tyrion isn't taught at Naturian primate school, or maybe in clown college? Is that a thing?
You're an idiot! That was a pretty stupid thing to say.
Well, mine evidence. You have 5 books, we need 2 more. And back to the bedroom we go. Seems to have this is the first room in this mansion that actually seems to have windows. Outside you can see the carnival torn down like it's ready to be transported somewhere else. Why I'm so sleepy all of a sudden, but just stretching my seat. You give the window a quick try, but of course, it's stuck. You consider smashing the window, but you have a feeling that it wouldn't work any more than trying to open it did. Honk. Kakarot shakes her head and points at the window, then down at the lampshade lying on the ground. Guess that didn't work, huh? She frowns. Honk. Kakarot jumps onto the ratty mattress and rocks back and forth slowly. Book. Talk. So she wants to leave Alternia? Kind of been wrapped up in dealing with everything that's been happening here, but you should probably explain exactly what's been happening. You spend a few minutes explaining the whole deal to Kakarot about the locked timeline, Scratch, your powers, and all that good stuff. It's actually kind of refreshing to get a chance to rehash your well-prepared speech about all this stuff. The whole dream world created by Glub Glub thing has really got thrown you off your stride. Honk, honk, honk. Kakarot is grinning with excitement by the sounds of his speech, but you know, as exciting as it sounds, there's still a problem with Scratch. Honk. Kakarot glares. Yeah, you're not a fan either. You're so worried about the Scratch is going to be a problem in the future. He hasn't really been doing anything, but you can't help but worry that he's still watching you. You're just trying to stay focused. Honestly, more often than not, you've been helping figure out how to make things more work for the folks who rather stay in this dimension. Which feels a little weird given you originally came here for. Honk? She signs with her hands and points to herself and makes a face like she wants to ask you a question. Oh wait, does she want to go back to your dimension with you? Kakarot grins and nods enthusiastically. Well, yeah, you guess you could do that. Kakarot smiles and makes another sign you can't figure out. She tries again. This time, she walks over and draws a symbol in the dust with her finger. A symbol you recognize. It looks like Bronya's sign. Kakarot nods and smiles. Honk. Does she want to see Bronya again? Kakarot nods and gestures enthusiastically. You don't need to know ASL to figure out what that means. It's been a while since she saw Bronya, right? Honk. She nods and gestures. I just realized she has a golden tooth on her right, but her left. Just like Marvis's, except Marvis is on the left side. On our left, his right. She nods and gestures toward her heart and then makes a breaking gesture with her hands. Yeah, you can understand that. The next gesture is, you think it's more complicated and you can't really follow it. You think maybe it's something about a group of people, family? Honk. Kakarot nods and motions you for to continue. Okay, so like the Jade Bloods? Head shake, not that. The other purples? Kakarot nods and makes a kind of doubling gesture with her hand. She misses Bronya and the purple bloods are important to her. And you nod. That's what you thought. So, I hate to break it to you, but Bronya isn't planning to leave. You have to take Bronya and the other Jade Bloods with you back to the locked timeline, but they all decide to stay behind on Eternia instead. Kakarot puts her hand out to her sides with the palms up. It feels like a question. Well, if she's wondering why, you can't really speak for Bronyas and the others, but you get the sense that they saw a way to try and improve things for the other Eternians. The grubs and such in the cabins give them a life that isn't just defined by what the Empire wants for them. Honk? She points to herself and down at the ground. Does she want to know if she'd be able to go back to Eternia? Guess so. She did seem pretty capable. Kakarot shrugs and looks around, then makes a couple of quick motions with her hands, ending with unfolding one hand on the other. She doesn't want to leave the others, does she? Kakarot shakes her head. Well, can't make that decision for her or any of the others. Kakarot nods and makes her eyes cast downward. Honk. Has she seen any books? Honk! Kakra just looks excitedly and shows you the book in faded cloth. Embroidered on the cover is the word carnival. Kakra opens the book and scans the fingers over the text, miming confusion while she points at the text. You're guessing she can't read out Old Italian? Honk. She nods and grins at you. Okay, that doesn't surprise you very much. You're guessing it wasn't exactly something Branyo was super well versed in, huh? Kakra shakes her head. Honk. She looks sad and makes a sign with her finger that you don't understand. It looks like you managed to find all 7 books that Kakra was looking for. You should back and let her know. But has she found any of the others? Kakra frowns and shakes her head in frustration. Honk honk. She makes a quick sign with her hands. You don't know that one. Kakra groans and walks over to the corner of the room and... Wait, wasn't there a door just now? You came through a door, you're pretty sure. Honk? She makes a pantomime of looking for a door and not finding anything. Okay, yeah, you're definitely sensing a certain weird crap is happening thing here. With an exaggerated shrug, Kakra locks back to the bed in the middle of the room, sitting down heavily, causing the rustling old mattress spring to creak. You're working on figuring that out, okay? She grins at you and makes a gesture and it looks like it's fine. So, what's her opinion on Glib Glib? I'm not sure how this one is going to do, considering it's a complicated topic and your knowledge base is less than rudimentary. Be curious how Kakra feels about the whole Eldritch toy that alters reality thing. Be getting some kind of mixed messages about exactly what's going on here. Kakra cocks her head to the side and purses her lips. Honk honk. She forms some ASL words that you don't understand. Trying again, Kakra gestures all around the room, points out the windows and makes a broad sweeping gesture with her hands. Is she asking if Glub Glub made all of this? Kakra nods. Honk. Oh yeah, you think so? You're not really sure what's going on yourself. You're used to playing things by ear, but this is specifically, let's call it an improvisatory kind of situation. Honk? Kakra makes a gesture that feels like skepticism. Well, for now, let's make it back to the library. And take a small sip. And with this, we're actually going to leave this here. And with that, I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path. I said heart because of the technical heart. Guide your path wherever they might lead you into the future. Bye bye, everybody.